The AK117 is a pretty good meta gun right now, you know, especially in the AR section of this game. We haven't really seen any lot of ARs in this game. I mean, right now it is not an AR meta, but definitely the AK117 is one of the top ARs in this season. If you are an AR user, this is the perfect video for you. Not one build, I'm going to be showing you guys two nice gunsmith builds that you can equip right away after watching this video. You know, go ahead and test it out and let me know how that goes. But with that being said, guys, this is the very first time actually showing you guys two builds that I've made for the AK117, especially for you guys. One of them, you know, they're based on two different playstyles, and I will explain everything, you know, one build, I mean, both the builds one by one. But nonetheless, guys, you know, before we continue and I show you guys all the Gucci stuff, I give you guys all that good intel, I just want you to let you guys know that, you know, only a small percentage of you guys that actually watch my videos are, you know, actually subscribed. If you happen to come across this video and, you know, if this is the first time, you know, one of the first time you've ever been on my channel, please consider subscribing. It's 100% free and you can always change your mind. So with that being said, guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into this video, boys. The AK117 has always been one of the most smooth guns, you know, one of those neutral guns that like are not even that overpowered or not even that, you know, super weak. And you know, it's kind of the same, but it really feels a little bit, it just got a little bit more power this update. As soon as I started using it, I was like, let me see this gun and let me check it out. Let's see how good it is still, if it's still viable to use. And you know what, it totally is viable to use. And I prepared two builds, as I said earlier. One of them, you know, I've named them, I gave them two different names. One of them, I called them the laid back build, and the other one called the aggressive build. So, you know, first of all, we're gonna go ahead and go, you know, look through that laid back build that I made for you guys. This is for people that, you know, that don't want any recoil on their gun, like zero recoil, and these are fully like recoil balanced attachments that I did put on. As you guys can see on your screen right now, this is the build for the laid back build. So basically this means that, you know, these attachments that are there won't have high ADS speeds. You will have insane amount of stability on this gun, and you really want to play with this, you know, with this build in like more of like a long range type of area. You want to stay away from all the, you know, the close range gunfights and stuff. You want to poke from far away, and this is totally viable with this build, and you can do that sitting, you know, from a really far distance, not gonna lie. But nonetheless, guys, the attachments, as you guys saw previously, I am using the Montic suppressor as my muzzle, the OWC marksman as my barrel, the OWC skeleton stock as my stock, the rubberized grip tape as my rear grip, and last but not least, the OWC laser tactical as my laser. The Montic suppressor we already know, you know, it silences the gun, makes it super stealthy, and also it also increases the damage range. And you really want that, you know, for long range laid back build, you really want to get that range, as much as range you can possess in this gun. You want to have all of that. But nonetheless, second attachment being the old WC marksman barrel, what this is going to provide us is basically, it's going to increase our bullet spread accuracy, decrease the vertical and horizontal recoils. It's going to balance, you know, that this is really crucial attachment you want to have for any AK117. I really suggest you guys to use this. You can try other things, but like I really recommend you guys to try this out. But nonetheless, guys, it's going to increase your damage range paired up with that Montic suppressor, which we, you know, discussed about previously. It's gonna, you know, further on increase your damage range to a good amount and totals up to 71 damage. I mean 71 damage range basically. So you really want to have that. There are a lot of downsides to this build, but you know, I'm gonna discuss after I go through all of it. But nonetheless, that's gonna be our second attachment. Third attachment being the old WC skeleton stock, which is gonna provide you a good amount of ADS speed and time, and you know, good amount of ADS movement speed, which you really, you know, you don't really want that, but that's what I really suggest you guys to use that. And it has a lot of downfalls with this, you know, as well. I'm not going to sugarcoat things, guys, for you. I'm going to be totally upfront and honest for you guys. But that's what I did use the old skeleton stock, because I really want to have, you know, maintain some amount of ADS speed, because I did lose a lot putting on the Montic suppressor and that old WC marksman barrel, because that really decreased their ADS speed, and you really want to balance that out. That's why I put that on. And I didn't put on the, you know, the nose stock. I did not put on the nose stock, because that's just going to cancel out the effects of the OWC marksman barrel. So I really didn't want that either. So that lied in the middle, and it was really neutral. But nonetheless, moving on to our fourth attachment being the rubberized grip tape here. Why I use this attachment is because the AK117 actually does have a lot of vertical recoil. Maybe not as much as horizontal recoil, but it has a really, you know, a good amount of vertical recoil, and this really helps reduce like the living crap out of it. Like, it's gonna really smoothen out your gun, and it's not, your gun's not gonna be sticking up, you know, every time you're shooting and ADSing. So that really suppresses that vertical recoil. But nonetheless, guys, moving that to the 5th attachment, being the old WC Laser Tactical, I really suggest you guys to use this attachment on any gun that, you know, is available, and it's available on every freaking gun. So I suggest you guys to put this on. You really want to have that ADS speed as much as you can gain, you know, because this build is basically in the negative for ADS speed. And, you know, this is why I put on the old WC Laser Tactical, which is going to increase the ADS speed, and it's also going to increase your bullet spread accuracy. So that being said, guys, that's going to be our build number 1 here, the laid back build. Basically, you want to use this far away from enemies. You don't really want to get close up because you're not going to have that good amount of reaction time. I mean, you might have that reaction time physically, but in the game, your ADS speed is going to be really slow. So it's going to be really hard for you to even, like, you know, do anything, you know, compete against a person that's super close to you, or like engage in a gunfight that's brought up to you. And yeah, this build won't be able to do all that. But nonetheless, guys, you want to play with this build like far away, poke out enemies from far range, and this and that. Like this would work best for you, as it has no recoil, and you'd be, you know, good at, you know, hitting your target from long distances. This is basically a build for that. But nonetheless, guys, moving on to our second build here, guys. This is going to be called the aggressive build. So this build is going to be for players that, you know, that know how to control recoil, know how to aim really nicely, and, you know, have high amounts of, you know, experience with, you know, this game in general. That is not new. But nonetheless, guys, this is going to be a really aggressive build, and you're going to have to learn, you're going to have to previously know how to control your recoil and everything. And this is going to be that run and gun build for you guys with super high ADS speed, low amount of recoil control, but it gets the job done, and it's super aggressive. You have to play really aggressive with this, and you can literally run and gun. You can basically win a lot of your gunfights as long as you know how to control your recoil. So this is for those people, guys. So nonetheless, this build, as you guys can see on your screen right now, I'll leave it up for a little bit, but you can always go back and screenshot it, you know, if you haven't, you know, missed it or whatever. But nonetheless, it's going to be a build. It's going to be the Montic Suppressor as your muzzle, the Odozi Marksman as your barrel, the nose stock as your stock, the Stipple Grip Tape as the rear grip, and the Odozi Laser Tactical as your laser. So these build, you know, this build is pretty focused on ADS speed, as this matters the most for most AR players. You know, most, like, you know, aggressive legendary ranked AR players, this matters the most. And also, I like using this build as well. I really prefer using this because, you know, I can actually, you know, I've basically know how to control my recoil pretty much with this gun and kind of mastered it. But with that being said, guys, if you guys, you know, I would suggest you guys to try out the first build first. You know, if you're starting to get into becoming an AR player, I would recommend that first build. You might die a lot, and, you know, the usual dumb stuff that happens in the game. But nonetheless, guys, that would be the beginner build, and this would be like that expert build that, you know, that pros basically would use if they had to use this gun. But that being said, guys, this gun is really nice. This update, it's really smooth. It's always been one of the most smoothest ARs in the game, and, you know, technically it could, I think it will be used, it can be used in every freaking meta. No one would say it's broken or anything unless Call of Duty, you know, does something to this gun. But nonetheless, guys, that's going to be it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys definitely check out these two builds and let me know how this goes. Let me know how it goes in the comment section below. I do read your comments, guys, so don't feel like I'm not reading your guys' comments. I do read the comments. I just don't get the time to reply because, you know, I'm just busy making more and more content for you guys. You know, basically I'm uploading 2 videos a day. But with that being said, guys, thank you guys for stopping by. I really appreciate it, guys. And if you still haven't yet, make sure you definitely hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate you guys. We're really close to on our way to 5K subs, and, you know, eventually to 10K. And, you know, that's going to be a really big deal for me, and I cannot do it without you guys. So thank you guys for stopping by. Once again, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. And I'll see you guys in the next one. And also, let me know. I'll also run a poll, in the community tab that you guys will be basically choosing my next video. So let me know. Yeah, so but for now, guys, thank you guys for stopping by once again, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
I used to dream being real right now. If it wasn't working, I'ma work it out, yeah. I keep on going till the